Here we are, Sea-Doo Challenger 180. I hit the dock the other day, so I'm gonna go ahead and repair this little hole here. It looks bigger than it is, but it really isn't that bad. If you back up from it, it's just a little bit. So I've covered it up. I'm about to use a product. I'll show the product in a second. How'd you happy life? Out. After the mishap at the lake, this is me attempting to fix it. I've put the resin on the way it told you to do it. I've stretched it out. I've put the piece on top. I'm gonna give it 1 whole hour to dry. I'm gonna come out and then wet sand, and we'll sand it down, make it look pretty even, and then buff it out. Hopefully it comes out good. So we'll come back in a sec. Well, about a little bit, and redo this. Anyways, a little gel coat repair here. How'd your hobby life? All right, so this right here is what I'm using to fix the issue that I had at the dock. Pretty good stuff so far. I've read the instructions. I did it just like it said. Matched the paint as best as I could. Like I said, I'm gonna see how it looks after this. I'm gonna wet sand that, or just sand it down until I get it real smooth, and then I'll go ahead and hit it up with a little bit of a compound buff and wet sand. Well, wet sand, wet sand, and buff. Okay. And we'll see how it comes out. You know, anything better than seeing that gash there. I just don't want no overlying like it sticking up. So I'll make sure that I got it down. I got some like 120 grit if I need to bring it down a little bit, and then I'll just tape everything around it off. But I also have some nice 600 grit, so I can just slowly, smoothly get it down. Probably won't go that thick. I'll probably just go like 320 just to take my time bringing it down. And then I'll do a 400, 600, 800, and I'll do a 1500 sand, and then I have a little bit of 3000 there, and then I'll go ahead and 3000 it wet, and then buff the rest of it out. I got some pretty good compound there, and it should do just fine. But I'll come back and I'll show the results of it. Anyways, how's your hobby life? Out. All right, so as you can see, I'm done. I'm gonna polish the rest of it now. I just gave it some 3000 grit. Well, I did 400. I did 320, then 400, then 800. Then I did a little bit of 3000, well 1500, then 3000. And now I'm gonna go ahead and give it a little bit of buff. Look, it's not perfect. It's a quick repair at the house. The problem with it is that it does match, the color does match, but when you get into the edges and you're trying to blend it out, you'll see these edges here that are going to still see the color on it a little bit, right? Like I said, I'm gonna buff it and it'll look a little better, but it ain't gonna look much better, right? Like as far as this goes, the only way to get this to look right now would be for me to paint it. It's not far-fetched. What I might do is I might go get my, not today, but I might go get my my airbrush, and I'll give it a little bit of a touch-up, and it'll look a lot nicer. But today I'm just gonna buff it out, see how it looks, and show the results afterwards. But it's not bad. I mean, from here, look, can't see it. See, it looks better than it did before. It was a huge gash, you know. Anyways, buff it out. How's your hobby life? Out. All right, guys. So not perfect, but pretty doggone good. If you step back from it, you don't even see it. I buffed out the whole thing. Buffed out the air around it after giving it some 3000 wet, and it actually looks really good. Look, accidents like this are gonna happen with the boats. You know, you're gonna hit the dock or whatever, and being able to find a $40 repair that you can do yourself is big. So honestly, guys, it's not that hard. The biggest thing here is that the edge on it, right, didn't get real good. So that's why you see it a little darker when you get real close, right? You'll see that it's not perfect, like right here. But hey, if you step back a little bit, you don't see it. If I don't tell you it's there, you're not gonna see it. So what I end up doing is I'll get some clear white touch-up, and I'll do those areas, right? And then I'll just let them sit, and then you won't see it as much either. I give it a light sand above it, and then I'll do another wet sanding, and you won't see it. So to the untrained eye, you won't see it. So it looks better than that gash that was there. So I am way happy with it. My next project's gonna be, and I bought it for this one too. This was there when I bought the boat. So now that I've done that corner, I feel really confident that it will work on this. And this one would be a lot easier. That was on a curb and an edge. So it was like double trouble. But here, I think I can get this. I think I just spatula it all the way around as long as I get the red right. Wet sand above it, right? And then buff it all out. I think this will be my next trial. Probably do this one next week. Anyways, back to where we were working on. There you go. Took care of that corner. Anyways, LJ Hobby Life and the Sea-Doo Challenger out. All right, so overall, what do I feel about this Evercoat Marine Match and Patch Gel Coat Repair Kit? Hey, I think it's pretty good. I mean, you spent 40 bucks on it. I got it off Amazon. I'll throw a link down on the bottom of this video. And if you ever have some issues, I mean, it came with plenty. It just didn't come with a lot of paint. So if you have to do a lot of painted area, it might not work. The paint seems like just an acrylic type paint, right? So I don't see how you wouldn't be able to mix it with the gel coat if you had like some other type of acrylic paint at the house. Because that's the consistency of it, right? It was a pasty paint, right? And it's just kind of getting the gel coat to match that color. So overall, I'd say that the kit is very good. It comes with 2 big things of gel coat, just not enough paint to like do a big area. But it is very good. It comes with the cleaner, it comes with hardener, it comes with a couple cups. But I mean, honestly, I just used a little piece of cardboard to mix it, and it was way better. I mean, overall, way better. Because that way you can really get it in there and mix the hardener and all that stuff. And then this is kind of for smaller repairs, you know, like smaller jobs. On my case, I was coming into the dock, and I kind of just I normally just pick up my wife at the dock, and I kind of just turn the tail in right as I'm coming towards the dock, and then I just reverse in. She steps in, I hit forward, and we get out. We don't take too much time at the dock, so nobody else is like, you know, like, I like to be conscientious about that stuff, so I don't really want to be out in the dock taking up room, you know. But yeah, I smacked that back corner as you saw, and I fixed it up. It looks pretty good. Honestly, the only thing, like I said, I'm gonna do next is I'll probably mix up a little bit of like a little bit of glossy type paint on my airbrush, and I'll go back and just touch it up a little bit, just enough to cover it up. Do maybe a light wet sand over and a buff just to shine it up. And I think it'll do just fine. And if I do that, I will put up a video on it, just a quick touch up on it. But overall, the next one is going to be that big area. But I'm going to try what I said, a little bit of acrylic red paint. If what I have here is red paint, doesn't do the trick for me, right? Because doesn't come with a lot. But overall, I'd say it's a good kit. I'd say I'd give it close enough to 5 stars, because as long as you follow the instructions, you should have no problem using this kit. It is actually pretty good. But yeah, that Evercoat Marine Match and Patch Gel Coat Repair Kit. I'll put a picture on it right now at the end of the video, and I'll also put a link to where I picked it up on Amazon. Yeah, I'm not sponsored by these people or anything like that. I kind of want to help folks out, you know. I've seen $300-400 repairs on stuff like that. That was like the size of a quarter. You know, I've seen people try to charge $500 for a repair like that. I just think it's ridiculous. You know, something like that, all you want to do is protect the fiberglass of the boat. And $40 spent, 45 bucks spent, and a little bit of time. I'm in an afternoon with a little bit of hot weather. No big deal, right? Too easy. So just remember, sandpaper, like I said, I use, I think, 320 to bring it down. And honestly, 400 would have done it. Sands really easily. It sands really nice. Like, it just comes right off. And that little thing over it, when I put the little wax paper over it, I just put a piece of tape on it to hold it, you know. Gave it this full hour, like it said, instructions said 1 hour, so I did 1 hour. And it came out good. I gotta say, it came out pretty good. You know, to the naked eye, it doesn't look bad. I know it's there, so I'll always look at it, but once I do a little bit more of touch-up, I think it'll come out even better. Next time, I just be a little more careful at the dock, and I don't have to go through any of this, you know. So anywho, LJ Hobby Life, you know, I do it all, from RCs to whatever, boats. I mean, cars, you name it. I just love hobbies, you know. So for all you guys that love hobbies, this video's there for you, so you can DIYers, right? Do it yourself. Fix that boat yourself. Don't go spend some bunch of money for especially something small like that. Like if you run into a rock or something on the bottom of your boat and you're taking on water, time to take it to a real guy, right? To somebody. But if it's something just superficial, do it yourself. All right. Anyways, LJ Hobby Life.